Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to provide some ship protection to an asteroid mining base. I'm planning to use the Aegis Sabre, a stealth fighter, but I'm also going to use the mighty Polaris, which is a corvette class capital ship. It has immense firepower. Of course, it's rather controversial to use it as a solo player, so I'm planning to use the ship myself. And the plan for today is to load the Sabre into the hangar in the Polaris and then head off to the mission location. So I've already selected the mission here to have a marker to go to, but first let's set up some elements in the Polaris. So the main thing we need to do is to open the hangar so that we can land with the Aegis Sabre, but we also want to utilize the Polaris medical bay to create our respawn point, just in case we end up blowing up and we remain stranded out in space, or we just the game bugs out and we're unable to find our ship any longer, which actually happened to myself a couple of times before. And in that type of situation, the only thing to recover your Polaris is to basically die and revive in the ship. So let's head to the bridge. That's where we will find the medical bay. You'll see the Polaris is a massive ship. It's quite nice. Obviously, it accepts up to a maximum of 12 players, but I think you can decently run a ship with, probably 4 to have people manning the turrets for yourself. One thing you've noticed that if you haven't been in the Polaris before is that it lacks any kind of signs in a visible sort of area, so you have to look on the floor to understand where things are. So for example here, turret access, so the doors are labeled on the floor. I think is very different from the Idris, who has labeling kind of on the walls, so it's kind of easier to track where you are. But I think a couple of runs into the ship will kind of get a hang of it. So here is the hangar, so let's kind of head off and open the hangars. So the hangar is relatively large. It can fit any type of small fighter. I think certain exceptions, but the majority of these small fighters would fit. This has a really nice opening sequence. So until this opens, we will head off to the medical bay. So you see, there's no labeling here, but the medical bay is on this side of the ship. Of course, you can use the map on the top left corner to guide yourself. But as I said, a couple of runs into the ship and you'll know where things are. So this ship comes with 4 tier 2 medical beds. It's very useful. Of course, we are looking at an upcoming change to the medical gameplay with med gels, and obviously that will throw a complete spanner into the works, and players will have to kind of devise strategies to operate those medical beds. But we're probably a week away from that launching to live, so we can still now utilize I would say free in inverted commas the usage of those medical facilities. So again, we go to regeneration, and we are going to transfer our imprint from our main base, which is the hospital in Norville, to the Polaris. So we're going to confirm the transfer, so that's all done. You can see our current location now is set up to the RSI Polaris. So we've done sort of the setup that we wanted to complete. The hangar is open as well. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna exit the ship, and we are going to call the elevator and load up the Aegis Sabre. So I'm calling the elevator. Again, very nice animations here with the elevator. They did a really nice job. As today's armor, I'm using the armor set that was released last year, Citizens Con. It's quite unique. I think it really fits this sort of fighter pilot vibe. There's nothing else like it in the game, and I'm using it for those type of space fight missions, if you could call it like that. If you want to play as a fighter pilot, I think it is very fitting to have this armor on. Really sets the vibe. So we're gonna open the systems and fire up the Aegis now.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
I just want to make sure I have all the power to the guns and shields, if there's anything left in shields. Engines are on, and shields. It's fine. I don't know why it doesn't let me push up the power. Oh, it works. Yep. So let's set up. So let's land in the hangar of the Polaris. You can see, you can kind of judge the size of the ship now in comparison with this small fighter. It is massive. You'll see better once we take off with the Polaris. Just go nice and easy. Make sure that when we're gonna need the ship, it'll be easy for us to take it off.
Landing complete.
Looks good.
Engines offline.
I'm just gonna turn the engines off. I'm not gonna turn the whole system off because when the fighting would start, I would need to jump in the ship quite quickly and eliminate the threats around us. Just obviously we're gonna go back and close the hangar. I mean, both ships are really amazing. The Sabre is one of my favorite fighters. Has some punch to it as well. It carries 4 size 3 Panther laser repeaters, which can produce significant damage. Of course, you have to be careful of who you go against. This ship is suited to take on other fighters, but if you come across a larger ship, something like the Constellation or even larger than that, it is very high chance you will be shredded to bits. Of course, if you're a very skilled pilot, you could potentially, win against the Constellation. I'm still kind of learning, so I would have no chance against such a ship. So now we're heading into the Polaris. I'm preparing the Polaris for takeoff. Turning on the systems.
Welcome to Robert Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
Turning on the engines. Really amazing sound from the engine. And let's call air traffic control to give us permission to exit our hangar. Perfect. You see the hangar opening. That's really nice. So I find it quite easier with such a large ship like the Polaris to use the VTOLs. I'm not sure if they actually work, but it gives me the impression that the ships become more stable and has a better accession rate, but we'll see now. So you can see the ship is really large, really nice. I find it's quite amazing. I like the color, have a additional color for it. It's kind of blue one. Really gives me kind of that sort of navy feel to it. So now let's take off.
Take off complete.
It's very big. It's a very big ship. Let's retract landing gear. Landing gear up. You see it has this nice animation where kind of extends the engine. It's really nice. So we're taking sufficient elevation. We can engage forward thrusters. I'm going to retain couple mode on. I find it easier to control the ship, and I'm going to retain a 25 to 30 degree elevation until we take some altitude and engage the quantum drive. Again, Lorbe is very beautiful at night. It's really nice background. It's one of my favorite locations. But I'll make sure in future videos that we will alternate, and we will I'll show you different locations, because every major planet in the system has its own characteristics and sort of own uniqueness and beauty to it. You can see that we're heading to the clouds, and you have droplets of rain on our windshield. I think I find this feature quite amazing, and never tired of it. We're taking altitude. We're safe to switch to the quantum drive.
Shields are off.
It will allow us to gain more speed. But you can see that the pitch is changing. It almost seems to be something similar to like a gravitational pull, but we can force the ship upwards to retain the elevation angle that we need. So we're at an altitude sufficient for the quantum drive to remain active. I'm going to decouple the ship. It will maintain forward momentum, and in the meantime I would set course. So we go to our location. It doesn't. Oh, it does let us do it. Great. So it will take us about 9 seconds to get there. So this is a very large ship. It feels like a large ship when you maneuver it. So yeah, it's like a behemoth. It is not the largest ship in game currently. There's a larger ship called the Aegis. Again, another capital ship, but that's like a frigate. It's considerably larger.
Quantum drive is now on.
Head to the location.
Quantum drive is now off.
Craig, you're here. We could really use your help dealing with these outlaws before they destroy everything.
Radar contact.
We're disengaging. We are disengaging the quantum drive. We have our shields on. Until we get there, the shields will be full capacity. One of the nice things about this ship is that it has a number of point defense cannons. 7 actually. 7 size 1 point defense cannons, and those are automatic cannons. They will automatically engage hostile targets once they become close, or they come close to the ship. You know, they're in the near proximity of the ship. So they will attack anything like small fighters or any missiles that are shot at the ship. One thing it won't do, it won't attack larger ships. So ships like, as I said before, like Constellation, the PDCs won't engage. So you'll have to man the turrets available on the ship, or deploy. This is what I've said exactly. You've seen those are the PDCs in action. It's a sight to see. It's amazing actually. It just tracks. Of course, you have to be careful. We're in asteroid mining base, so you have to be careful not to hit those asteroids. Actually, it could ruin your gaming station. You have to be even more careful if you are in a fighter, because you can slam right into them and your session is over. So we're surrounded by these now. You can see the PDCs are targeting them. So we're trying not to remain static. Try to move around. You see we have a time around 3 minutes to kill them off. If the Polaris struggles to target them, we will have to
Good work there. Guess you
deploy the fighter. Again, be very careful in the asteroid base. The ship doesn't maneuver like a fighter. It's a bit sluggish, so navigate it carefully. You can see the PDCs engaging them. Really, really nice. You can see it follows them. Again, be very careful not to slam into those rocks.
Mayday, mayday! Outlaws are attacking my ship!
Okay, we have to rendezvous with the ship. So at this point, the ship seems to be far away. At this point, what I would do, I need to escort the ship. So
More ships arriving. Get ready.
at this stage,
Radar contact.
I would exit the Polaris. So I'm gonna leave the ship system zone, just in case they think of attacking me. The PDCs would engage them automatically. But I'm going to deploy the Aegis and go hunt those fighters and also provide escort to that ship. So obviously time is of the essence. It's deployed. Again, very nice animations here. Actually, I
Look out. More ships
forgot
incoming.
to open the hangar. Let's do that really quickly. Let's do that really quickly. We don't want to give those guys time to get to our ship. As I said, indeed, time is of the essence. So
Where the hell are you going?
you see, they're already kind of asking for help. So let's jump out.
Engines online. Launch complete. Contact. Docking request initiated.
Alright.
Docking request
You can see
denied.
they're already attacking the ship.
Gear retracted.
Fight's over here, genius.
Kill.
Another one. Spying at the ship.
Kill.
Nice. This one is already dead. I'm just gonna make sure he's destroyed completely. Right. Let's provide
Contact.
the protection here to our escort. Shows contact again. Let's see, there's another ship coming. And again, it's one of the destroyed ones. That's it, done. So he's heading off to his hangar. What do we have there? It's another kill ship. I think it's the one that the Polaris destroyed. But let's just make sure. I want to make sure that the game records it as being destroyed. So it goes inside. Alright. Let's see if they're going to mark the mission as complete or they're going to ask to do something else. Sometimes it might be a secondary ship that you need to provide protection
We're
for.
gonna need a minute or two.
Contact.
It seems that he got stuck there. I hope he's not gonna bug out again. Well, they have a new set of hostiles, so let's go and engage with them. This one's closer.
Fight's over here, genius.
Shields under fire.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What did he try to pull off there? So the game is buggy. Lags. Right, done. Just surprised I haven't exploded right there.
Kill. Shields under fire.
Yes. I got this one. The ship is very slow. The one that this guy is running, but it does have a lot of shields. All right. And you can see the type of firepower that this Sabre has. The capacitors are very large. And you can really punch Of course, you can be a better skilled pilot than I am and do a much better job with it. Are we gonna shred them up?
Let's get started.
Right. Activity complete. Is there another leg? Alright. Have to escort the ship until quantum travel. I'll let again as last time. Just want to make sure it's not completely destroyed. Really nice explosion effect there. I have one more. Okay, so nothing on the radar. Let's provide the escort required. Again, such a beautiful ship. Really amazing views. You know, each game session is different.
Where the hell are you
Each
going?
game session is unique. This is what I find this game so amazing. Of course, you have the bugs, but there are sessions when you have no bugs, and the game is almost like a masterpiece. Everything runs smoothly. Yeah, so the bugs can be frustrated. Oh, that's where my target is. I was looking at the wrong thing. So he wants escort. Let's go to him.
Where the hell are you going?
I'm coming right now.
There's more of those bastards coming our way.
Okay. So, more hostiles. Nice. You can see them now. See the screen blurs because of the high G-forces. It's one of the unique. This game is really unique in all aspects. This guy is laggy. Oh, done.
More ships arriving. Get ready.
Okay. A new hostile. Let's see which one is closer. 9 kilometers. Let's go for that one. That one is quite far. This one. Why doesn't it engage? Look at this.
Fight's over here, genius.
So blew off one of his engines. Like the city in dark right now. That's it. Let's take care of this one.
More of those bastards coming our way.
Upper speed this one. Unbelievable the way it lags. Okay.
Fight's over here, genius.
Oh, look at this guy as well. I think he's one of those ace pilots. I think it's the first time I see one. Those should be more challenging
I thought we were done for.
to destroy, but it was alright. I think you can get some helmets of these guys. Let's see. By 1 hour to start the Okay. So we still have that ship there stuck in the hangar's entrance, and I think it will prevent us from complete the mission, which is rather frustrating. Let's try to approach it
Where
one
the
more
hell are you
time.
going?
Let's try to approach it one more time. And see whether he manages to enter the hangar. Because otherwise the mission got bugged and there's little we can do. He did enter. He's not outside anymore. I don't know why the mission doesn't complete then. Yeah, very strange. Very strange. Let's land in the Polaris and try to go to a different location, and we'll see how the mission updates. Whether we abandon it now or the mission comes as being failed, same thing. So let's just land the ship.
Landing complete. Engines offline.
But yeah, rather frustrating. Rather frustrating. Just close the hangar. It's a really nice animation here. And let's see what happens if we just pull away from the ship, like from the objective. That's what I meant. Let's pull away from the objective and see what we have. Well, at least seeing, you know, it's doable to do mission with the Polaris, but of course it's not as fun as it would have been if you had a group of players doing different tasks. You can see got some damage on the engine. It's really minor.
Where the hell are you going?
Yeah, I don't know why it keeps doing that. Keeps saying that, even though the guy is in the hangar apparently. It just didn't register as landed, just because if you remember, he was glitching to the hangar's door. So yeah, it's one of those things that can happen in this game. Missions glitch out. We're waiting for the new patch, 4.3.1, and once that's being released in a matter of days now, I'm sure things will get better. But yeah, we have what we have now. So what we're going to do,
Shields are off.
we'll try to go to a different location. Let's use the quantum marker. But I think if we do that, we will get a failed mission.
Fight's over here, genius.
Yeah, so we can't even say complete. Everything else is done apart from this section. Yeah, the ship landed. You know, it just did not register.
Quantum drive is now on.
No!
Quantum drive is now off.
Yeah, we got a failed contract.
I'm going to reassign the contract. I just don't think you're the right fit for this.
Yes, disappointing. But everything, that's it, guys. That's what I want to show you. We'll try more missions with the Polaris, but this is it for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.